Hello, Empire. Thank you for stopping by. This is Unknown's Week 7 recap, Week 7 review, whatever you want to call it. This is when we come together as an Empire and we go over how my predictions went, where we're sitting at, and kind of give you a little recap, a recap. I ain't had to explain it. My Empire's smart. But thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, go ahead and drop a subscribe. Go ahead and drop a comment. If you're not new here, thank you for being a loyal member of this empire and helping this empire grow. This week, we didn't get double-digit wins, but we still went above 500. We went 9-6, making our grand total 57-50. 57-50. So if you're keeping track, we are 57-50. A couple of them games got away from me. The Buccaneers game got away from me. What's another game? Houston losing with that field goal. I think it was 22-20. That one. My heart, because I thought Houston was gonna win. That would have been my double digits. Ravens ran through. Oh my goodness, they ran through, passed through, walked through, swam through the Buccaneers. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin went down with nasty injuries. Chris Godwin likely out for the season. Mike Evans gonna be out for a month, which is damaging to my fantasy team. What was another one I got wrong? The Patriots. So if you've been keeping up with the timeline with me and the Patriots, since week 1, I have been saying that I have believed in the Patriots. I wanted them to succeed, everything like that. Throw me off. I'll wait till next year. They can't really stop nobody. They can't protect their quarterback. Their weapons aren't consistently getting open. They should trade for Cooper Kupp, but Cooper Kupp is a champion. I do not put him in that purgatory like that. Cooper Kupp should go somewhere. I was thinking Kansas City. I was thinking Dallas, potentially. Hell, Buffalo could just see if they can just throw everything at the wall. It's a couple teams that could possibly use his time. But the Buccaneers could use him now with Chris Godwin going out. And then, but I digress. But those are the couple of games that we got wrong. We got the Philly game right, Saquon. We got, and we got the Jets and Steelers game wrong. We got the Kansas City game right, We got the Lions ending the Minnesota undefeated season, which ironically, it brings me into one of my unknown takeaways. All right, big music, big blah blah blah, big shebang bang. Unknown takeaways. All right, unknown takeaways from week 7. All right, number 1, I was wrong about the Lions. First week of the season, I said they were going to be frauds. I said that they were not going to continue the momentum from last season, and I was completely wrong. Right now, sitting at 5-1 with the best record in the league because they hold the tiebreaker over the previously undefeated aforementioned Minnesota Vikings. They have I'm saying the most explosive offense with a 2-headed monster with three or 4 weapons on offense. They're going to be missing one for 2 games. But blockers out the yin yang. They can even throw to 2-3 of their tackles. You got to look out for that. That's how many weapons they have. And then that defense is hungry. What's his name? Brian Branch. That man, him and TJ fighting for defensive player of the year, in my opinion. But the Lions most definitely will be the best team in the NFL right now. They are playing the most complete game right now. The most complete, Jared Goff is, we're going to talk about Jared Goff a little bit later, but I'm talking like, but Jared Goff had a perfect game. He went 18 for 18. This man has been throwing touchdowns. He has more touchdowns than incompletions right now. He had a game with, like I said, 0 incompletions. I think he threw for three touchdowns. He had a 5 touchdown game with like 4 incompletions. He has been going crazy. But no takeaway, number 1. Number 2, I was most definitely a fool for thinking that this trade with Devontae was going to immediately just fix all the Jets' problems. They got rid of their coach after going 2-3. They got rid of their coach after going 2-3. It's wild. It's wild. Aaron Rodgers is not really the Aaron Rodgers that they want him to be. The offensive line not protected. That defense is like everybody going through it. It's a lot of holes they need to fix. Play calling, leadership, the way they ran, the way they just performed. Not saying that the connection between Devontae and Aaron is not going to win them a couple of games, but are we really trying to, are they really going to win a Super Bowl? That's the goal. I don't think so. The wild card race is going to be a chaotic one heading towards the end of the year. If you look at the state of the NFL right now, there's in some divisions it's a top heavy, like it's a front runner, but every division is really up for grabs at the moment. You look at the best divisions, hell, you look at the worst divisions. Even Buffalo having a three game lead on them is enough. It's enough cushion. But when if Tua come back, the Miami's gonna be playing a little better. So they might be a wild card contender, But we have the NFC South with 2 teams. With the Saints, I think the Saints are just on the outskirts. Not necessarily saying they will, but they on the outskirts. You got the NFC East with Philly, Washington, and Dallas. All of them are within a game or 2 of each other. You have the NFC North with the Vikings, the Lions, the Bears, and the Packers. They have a total of 6 losses with a 5-1, 5-1, 5-2, 4-2. We might have all 4 of those teams coming out the NFC in the playoffs. And then you go to the AFC where the Bengals always, you always hope because they have so much potential, so much offense. They went to the Super Bowl. Joe Shiesty, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. With what they have, we don't necessarily believe that the Browns gonna do anything out of there, or what's the other team? Well, no, that's Baltimore and the Steelers, and they're both 5-2. You have everything in the bottom of the AFC West The South is kind of competitive. The Colts and the Texans are going head to head. I keep saying, I'm sorry. Keep going head to head this Sunday. So they have a chance to either spread the lead, Texans, or they might end up losing out or losing race. You don't know. MVP race should not automatically go to a quarterback. Look at Derrick Henry. Just look at Derrick Henry. That's essentially my take on that. And last on the unknown takeaways is I just love Saquon. I love Saquon. Saquon, oh my goodness, he could be Offensive Player of the Year. He could be an MVP if they valued running backs. If you really think about it, other than that drop he had against Atlanta, Saquon has been balling out. Saquon has been going crazy. Even in the Atlanta game, he was going crazy. He just had that one drop. And people are going to look at that like, oh, he shouldn't deserve an MVP. But look at what he's been doing. This man, I'm sure, is going to have 2,000 scrimmage yards. 2,000, anywhere between 1,800 to 2,200 scrimmage yards. With a lot of multi-touchdown games. And AJ Brown, Smitty, oh my goodness, Dallas Goedert come back. Oh, this team, I just love it. And then we get my top 3 games going into week 8. We have Tampa Bay taking on the Atlanta Falcons. They are fighting for the NFC South #1, and this is going to be very important because if the Buccaneers lose this, they are now down 0-2 to the Falcons, and they lose out on a bunch of tiebreakers because their division record is going to be awful. Then we have, if Buccaneers win, Atlanta just take a step down. They're not #1 at the moment. Then they're just gonna have to figure something out. They can always fight for a wild card spot because Kirk Cousins gonna make something happen. Kirk Cousins is going to make something happen. But what the Buccaneers gonna do without Mike Evans and Chris Godwin? Baker had MVP season, kind of showing up on his forehead. Let's see how that turns out. We have the Jets and the Patriots, and this is a top game for me only for the sheer fact that if the Jets lose to the Patriots, we can go ahead and chalk their season up because this is their easiest game. This is their easiest game. And no game in the NFL is easy. Not saying that it is. But this is by far their easiest opponent because it's just going to get harder from here. Just going to get harder from here. And last is the Bears and the Commanders because these two teams are two teams that people did not have a lot of expectations for. Right now they're 5-2, the Commanders. The Bears are 4-2, led by Caleb Williams, led by Jalen Daniels. If Jalen Daniels is available, because I know he did not play he didn't finish the game last week with the rib injury. So if he is available, this game has the potential to be the game of the week. Two high-powered defenses, middle of the pack, but they're NFL defense. They do what they need to do. We're going to be looking most definitely at these offenses, especially if Jayden Daniels is good to go. #1 and #2 pick with the weapons that they have on offense, the aura, the atmosphere, the expectations, the future implications, because these two are the future quarterbacks of the league that both could make the playoffs their rookie seasons and potentially play again, like in the NFC Championship game, like something like that. That's how wide open the NFC is. It goes through Detroit at the moment, but that's how wide open the NFC is. That's how wide open the NFC is. But week 7 was a was a nice week. The Ravens are the best team in the AFC. If they continue to play like this, Lamar Jackson doesn't want it, but he might win his third MVP back-to-back. Two back-to-back. Philly continues to roll strong. Next week we got a test in the Cincinnati Bengals. So got to see what happens there. I got Ja'Marr Chase on fantasy. It's gonna be kind of crazy starting him. Sad. It's the bittersweet. This is what happens when you play fantasy. But as I stated at the beginning of the video, we are still over 500, 57-50. We went 9-6. Everything here is kind of going according to plan. If we can just continue this streak of predicting right, then we are in for the long haul. I appreciate y'all for stopping by my Week 7 recap. Leave a comment. Let me know how your NFL season is going. Let me know what your review or what your recap is of Week 7 or what you thought about my recap. I do appreciate y'all. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for any other videos that you might be interested in. We are very diverse here. Thank you. Y'all have a blessed one.